Hello, welcome back to KTV India. A major political tension is building once again around one of the world's most important sea routes, the Strait of Hormuz. According to recent developments, US President Donald Trump has indicated a tough new strategy aimed at pressuring Iran. He suggested blockading vessels trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. The statement came shortly after the collapse of 21 hours peace talk between Iran and United States in Islamabad. The situation has been described as a shift into a new phase of conflict, which reportedly began earlier this year following military tensions involving US and Israel air operations. Soon after Trump's remark, the US Central Command, also known as CENTCOM, issued a clarification. It stated that the planning blockade would focus only on ships entering or exiting Iranian ports, not on ships simply passing through the Strait of Hormuz for international transits. To understand this better, a naval blockade is a military strategy where a powerful country prevents ships from entering or leaving enemy ports or coastal areas. The US Navy's official guidelines define it is a way to restrict maritime movement of all vessels, whether enemy or neutral, into specific controlled areas. In response to rising pressure, Iran has taken a different approach. Reports suggest that Iranian authorities have reopened sea movement but directed ships to use a new internal route. This route passes through Iranian territorial waters near the islands of Qasem and Lara. Iran claims this change is necessary due to security risks, including the threats of naval mines in traditional international shipping lines. These mines were reportedly placed after earlier military tensions involving US and Israeli strikes. Because of this rerouting, ships experts have started calling the new passage a kind of Tehran toll booth, suggesting that Iran may be charging ships for using these alternative routes. However, there is no official confirmation of payments and only a small number of ships have been used this path so far. Meanwhile, the United States is preparing the counter blockade. The idea is to restrict access to Iranian ports while still allowing free movement through the Strait of Hormuz for shipping going to non-Iranian destinations. CENTCOM has also emphasized that this action would be applied equally to all countries. It stated that no vessel entering or leaving Iranian ports would be accepted, including those in the Arabian Gulf and Gulf of Oman regions. The Strait of Hormuz itself is extremely important for the global economy. More than 20% of the world's oil and gas supply passes through this narrow waterway every day. Countries like India, China, Japan, South Korea depend heavily on energy shipments moving through this route. While the United States and Europe are less dependent on this strait, many Gulf countries rely on it for their economic survival. Iran and Oman are the only two countries in the Persian Gulf with direct access to the Arabian Sea, making this route strategically vital. Iran also depends on these sea lanes not just for oil exports but also for critical imports. Reports suggest that materials linked to missile fuel production are also transported through these maritime routes. If a full blockade situation develops, experts warn that Iran could become highly restricted in global trade access, almost functioning like a landlocked economy. At this stage, tensions remain high and both sides appear to be testing strategic pressure through naval control rather than direct conflict. The world is now watching closely because any disruption in Strait of Hormuz could impact global oil price and energy security almost immediately. For now, the situation remains tense, uncertain and highly sensitive, with the world's most important energy corridor at the center of growing geopolitical struggle. Stay tuned with us for more updates.